What's up with it? Y'all already know what it is. You tuned in to another episode of Everything Boxing. There you go, talking that boxing again. Yeah, and when y'all come in the building, smash on the like button and let me know you in the building. What's happening with it? John Kramer off in the building. What it do? OTB Boxing Class 101. What's happening with it? Steve Rivas, what it do? Frank De Niro. Chef Sosa, James in the building, UK Boxing 89, Anthony Johnson, my boy Kwame East in the building. Yeah, what's happening with it? Salute to y'all. Anthony Johnson always coming through showing love. G Lex in the building, Randall Bivens, AJ64. Yeah, hey. What's up with it? What it do? Like I said, we got a lot to talk about. Big Country, Omega Red in the building. Yeah, we got a lot to cook on today. A lot to cook on. Cool, you know what I'm saying? We had a cool weekend of fights. Wasn't spectacular, but you know, we had a cool weekend and left us with some things to cook on. And we got a lot going on in the boxing world, just period, you know. I saw Cool Boy Steph in Nui talking about, you know what I'm saying, he said he'll move up to face Cool Boy Steph. And Cool Boy Steph said he want that smoke. You know? Shout out to YSL Media, you know. He be keeping up with all the news with them boys over there in Philly. So, yeah. Like I said, y'all smash on the like button, smash on the like. Yeah, you see Devin Haney talking that big shit. Devin Haney talking about, hey, Gervonta Davis, he gonna have to, you know what I'm saying? Hey, he gonna have to shit or get off the pot pretty soon. He gonna start having to, you know what I'm saying, hide behind his promoters and making excuses. That's just what Haney said. I don't know. What's happening with it? Money. Yeah, so, you know, I know people got different feelings about that, but hey, all I gotta say is Devin Haney been consistent from day one on how he moved. You know what I'm saying? You can hate it, you could love it, but one thing I know, you gotta respect it. Yeah, but you know, hey, if I watch your videos, you know what I'm saying, no matter how I feel about your money, you know, I'm gonna give you your props. You feel me? So it is what it is, you know. Jose 94, OTB Boxing Class 101. He said, yeah, damn right. Yeah, you gonna have to shit or get off the pot. We can't no longer keep using that. Oh man, well, his promoter. Well, you know what you had to do. So yeah, Devin Haney on his helmet, and he been consistent. One thing I gotta say is about Devin Haney, he been consistent just like Errol Spence had. That man ain't never changed up. You know what I'm saying? He ain't never changed up on nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? He ain't never changed up on how he moved. And I expect him to keep that same energy. And so far, he keeping the same energy. He got all the straps. He could have changed up. And been like, shit, you know what I'm saying? F for Gervonta Davis. Now, I got all the straps, but he didn't do that. So he keeping it consistent. So, once again, shout out to Devin Haney, man. Shout out to Devin Haney for moving like a real one do. Like a real one supposed to in boxing. Not making my promoter excuses, none of that shit. Even when he was with Eddie Hearn, he wouldn't make it none of that shit. But yeah. Andrew Gray, what's happening with it? Mark Wonderlick, what it do? Jose 94, All Might. Yeah, not Zay. We gonna get on his ass too. But man, this weekend, man, we had some fights. Shoo, you know what I'm saying? My man Shoo, he came through, looked spectacular again. Troy Isley, You know what I'm saying? Troy Isley, man, he came through looking spectacular. Troy Isley looked a lot better. You know what I'm saying? Set his knockout up very, very well. So Troy Isley and Juju and Shushu, they did their thing, man. Like I said, I didn't get to watch all of the fights on the ESPN card, but I did get to catch theirs. And then Robeisy Romero, and y'all hit the like button. As you come in the building, smash on the like button. Knockout Boxing 86, what's happening with it? Antonio King, what it do? Y'all smash the like button. You know what I'm saying? Hit the like button if y'all ain't hit the like button, smash on that like button. Yeah, man. Robeisy Romero, Abraham Nova, he messed me out about, man, I don't even want to talk about it. All he had to do is go the distance and lose. But this motherfucker, he get knocked out. He get knocked out. And I know that's Kano people, but god dang, man. Who in here that was picking Abraham Nova? Because it was a few of y'all, it was a lot of y'all in here that was picking Abraham Nova to win. So don't hide now. Don't hide in the background now. A lot of y'all was in here picking Abraham Nova to beat Robeisy Romero. So don't hide now. Come out and let me know. Admit which one of y'all who was in here picking Abraham Nova to win. Now, like I said, I thought Robeisy Romero was going to win for sure. I didn't think he was going to get the knockout. Damn, man. Bruh, knockout. Knockout boxing. He fucked me, bro. He couldn't go the distance. He fucked my money up, man. I had a hell of a parlay going on that would have got me like $1,500, and everybody covered. Everybody on that ticket covered. And this motherfucker couldn't last. All I needed him to do is go the distance and lose. Man, bro. Money Brown said he had him whooping Nova too, but he didn't see the knockout. Yeah. That's what I'm saying, man. I ain't think this dude was gonna go in there and get his ass knocked clean out. So, you know, I'm talking about got knocked clean out too. It wasn't no referee stoppage, wave it off. He hurt. Nah, he got knocked clean out. And I didn't see that coming. I definitely didn't see that coming. Like, god dang, man. Yeah, so, you know, and to tell you the truth, Abraham Nova, he was doing all right. He was doing all right before he got stopped. You know what I'm saying? He was doing pretty well. Like, I know the commentators, you know, Ward and them, they was trying to act like that Robeisy Romero was just dominating the fight. Well, and I know why they was doing that, because he was the A side and he was the one that was supposed to win. But Robeisy Romero wasn't just dominating that fight. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them rounds was you know, they was close rounds. Some of them rounds was close rounds. Now, Robeisy Romero, he started turning it out on as the fight went on, but he wasn't just dominating the fight like that. Like Abraham Nova, he was getting his get back. You know what I'm saying? He was getting his get back and he was doing his thing. But it's like, god dang, bro. I thought you was, you know, thought you were gonna come harder than that. But you know, hey, it happens. It happens in boxing. You know what I'm saying? It happens in boxing. Hopefully he can learn from that and hopefully he can shake back. But damn, man, I can't mess with him no more. All I needed him to do is go the distance. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, knockout. He got starched by a guy that ain't even a KO puncher. Like, Robeisy Romero ain't known for his knockout power like that. But one thing I am noticing is he's sitting down on his shots a lot more. He ain't moving around like that no more. And he's sitting down on his shots a lot more than what he used to. So, you know, definitely doing that. And he spoke about that. He says that he showed people his boxing ability. He showed people that he can, move and jab and he, and come at you at different angles and footwork. He said now he trying to sit down at his punches and show people that, he really got that thump in this shit. In the last 2 fights, he really been showing that. The last 2 fights, he really been showing that, hey, he can punch. But to me, as far as him and Shakur Stevenson, because, they're in a different weight class now. He at 126, Shakur at 130. But I'm pretty sure Shakur want that get back in the pros. He been wanting that get back in the pros. But as far as now, Shakur is levels above him in the pros. Like Robeisy Romero, he cool, but I don't see special in him when it comes to the pros. Like I said, he still, he don't got a lot of fights in, but Shakur Stevenson to me is levels and levels above him in the professional ranks. So at 126, with the knockout of Abraham Nova at 126, he could do some things at 126. I'm not sure who's still at 126 because a lot of them cats that moved up to 130, but he can still do some things at 126. He said Ramirez and Shushu going to be a money fight. Man, that's so far down the road, though, OTB. We don't even know, if they going to end up in the same weight class. That's far down the road. The assassin DLJ, yeah, Shakur definitely a different breed. Quee, what's going down with it? The Queen Quee is in the building. KQKC said Abraham Nova fought the wrong fight. Yeah, but it's like, well, Robeisy Romero was known as a boxer. He was known as the better boxer. So, it's like, what fight does Abraham Nova want to fight? Because Robeisy Romero, he's known for a fighter that got that super deep Olympic pedigree that can outbox you. And he came in there, and Robeisy Romero came in there more flat-footed, using angles. He was using his angles and shit, but banging. And Abraham Nova is known as a banger. Knockout say Shushu need to be moved fast. He a prospect, but already 25 years old. Okay, I ain't really know how old he was. But yeah, man. So, I just think that at the end of the day, he got beat by a better fighter than him. You know what I'm saying? You seen the tides changing as the rounds went on. But I think Abraham Nova, man, if he don't lose his confidence from this, I think he gonna get better. OTB say Jahai Tucker looked great. Give him his props. Well, OTB, first of all, you gotta ask me, did I see Jahai Tucker fight? I can't give nobody their props if I didn't see the fight. I told you I ain't see all the fights on the card. So I can't give him his credit because I didn't see the fight. I'm talking about the fights that I saw. Now, if you want to come on here and give him his credit, you more than welcome to come up here and give him his credit. But I didn't see the fight. But like I said, I'll drop some links. Oh, yeah. But, I heard about Jahai Tucker. I heard people talking about him. And, I heard he did his thing, but I just didn't see it. And I'll drop some links if y'all want to come up here. Let me see. But, and while we on here, y'all hit the like button and happy Juneteenth. Happy Juneteenth to all my peoples. Happy Juneteenth to all my people. And happy Father's Day. I hope everybody had a great Father's Day. You know, and Juneteenth. That's crazy that Juneteenth fell on Father's Day. Cono Loco, what's happening with it? I was just talking about Supernova, Cono Loco. He ain't looked that bad to me. You know what I'm saying? He like I said, Cono, what I was saying before you came in here, I felt that Supernova, I felt that Andre Ward and Timothy Bradley and them was trying to act like that Romero was just dominating every round, and he wasn't. A lot of them rounds was very competitive and close. But, I could see as the rounds start to go on, Romero sit down on the shots more, and he start landing harder shots, and he start countering and catching Nova clean. Like he was just wide open catching him, timing him and catching him perfectly. So I seen that, he was going to win clearly, but I didn't see that knockout coming. Like, man, come on, Kono. I thought your mans would be able to last. He fucked me out of a lot of money. But, hey, it is what it is. It happens. But, yeah, speaking of Juneteenth, man, it's crazy because why isn't Juneteenth in boxing celebrated, like, the other nationalities are, when like Cinco de Mayo, even the weekend of the Puerto Rican Day Parade, they've always done big boxing. Like, why isn't Juneteenth celebrated? Like, yeah, they had a top rank usually do a card, on Juneteenth, but it ain't really, what I'm saying? That's just a date that they really use. It ain't really, have nothing to do with Juneteenth, right? It don't have nothing to do with Juneteenth and displaying the black fighters and stuff. That's my thing. Why can't we get in boxing our celebration on Juneteenth, in boxing on our day, like a Cinco de Mayo, or like the Puerto Rican Day Parade weekend and all of that? Why can't we get that shit? Well, Anthony Johnson, I ain't even talking about no Maul. Last time Maul fought, I don't know if you saw the card. Last time that Jamal fought, I don't know if you saw the card. But anybody that saw the card, know I need to, I don't need to even say no more. If you saw that card, I don't even need to say no more. That shit was Maul. Like, Juneteenth last year when Jamal Charlo fought was more like Cinco de Mayo than anything. And I'm talking about the card. You know what I'm saying? And this ain't nothing about no race baiting and all that shit. I'm talking about Juneteenth and us being able to celebrate like everybody else do, right? When they have their holidays. The card was Jamal Charlo and nothing but Mexicans on the card. He was the only black person that was on the televised card. So can't nobody come in here telling me, oh, it was because of Jamal Charlo didn't fight. Nah. It didn't have nothing to do with no Jamal Charlo. That last year, that shit was Jamal Charlo and a bunch of Mexicans fighters on the card. ESPN, I believe, they had a card on the same day, and it was, Japanese Inui fighting goddamn Australian, Inui fighting an Australian and shit. You know what I'm saying? So why can't we get that shit? Why can't we get big boxing going down on Juneteenth? Everybody else get their celebration. I'm just asking. And y'all hit the like button. As you come in the building, smash on the like button. Smash on the like button. And I sent the links out. So if y'all want to, grab the links, feel free. But give me 1 second, y'all. Hold on 1 second. All right, my bad, y'all. Okay, we back. We back. My man KPKC said Cinco de Mayo. Hey, I'm just saying, man. We gotta, you know what I'm saying? Shit, give us all holiday. That's all I'm saying, man. Give us all holiday. Nothing against nobody else's holiday. Great, you know what I'm saying? But I enjoyed boxing on Cinco de Mayo. I enjoy seeing the Puerto Ricans fight, you know, when it comes to the Puerto Rican Day Parade, you know, weekend and all of that, right? Celebrating the Puerto Rican people, right? And then, you know, Cinco de Mayo celebrating the Hispanic people and all of that, Mexican people. But hey, bro, we need our shit too. Let us get our shit too. You know what I'm saying? The promoters need to start respecting that, man. We don't, like, god dang. All you mean to tell me all of the fighters that's black, that's been representing ever since, you know what I'm saying, the beginning, all of the champions, and we can't get our respect on Juneteenth? Like, god damn. OTP, what's happening with it?
What up, bro? What up, bro?
Man,
I think that could really be a profitable day. Yeah, I mean, with that being a new elected holiday, I think that could really be a profitable day if you can iconolize boxing with that holiday. You understand that would be dope.
Right, bro.
But you got to give us some good fights with some relevance to them that would cause for some memories, so that I mean the upcoming generations could cling on to it.
Right, yeah, bro. You can't give us fucking Jamal Charlo versus another Mexican fighter, and then the whole card is Mexicans. Like, you can't do that, bro. That's Cinco de Mayo all over again. That shit crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I don't know, man. I ain't feeling that shit. But what's happening with it? 817 in the building, Zenith in the building. My man Randall Bivens, facts, Randall. J.A. Dixon, what's happening with it? Yeah, they do. You know what I'm saying? And I think that, like you said, it'll be hella profitable, because that'll be a weekend to where, you know, black people really will come out, man, and support and spend their bread and get a lot of black people back into boxing. But shout out to Deontay Wilder, man. Wilder, man, had a hell of a parade, man, in Alabama, in Tuscaloosa. Wilder had a hell of a parade, man, and did his thing, you know. Showed he was out there with the people. Wilder was out there with the people, you know what I'm saying, had a hell of a Juneteenth parade. It showed that he is the people's champ. He don't need no motherfucking strap to be a champ. He is the people's champ still to this day. He's still the people's champ. And so salute to Wilder, man, for always being the real one. You know what I'm saying? All the money, all the fame, all the accolades that he hasn't changed him in his community, and haven't changed him, period, as a person. And that's one thing that I got to take my hat off and salute to Wilder, and I always have, because, you know, he's a real one no matter how much he get, how much fame he get. And you got to respect something like that.
Yeah, and that was beautiful to see.
Right. It was, man. It definitely was. Yeah, BL, he said, yeah, the Charlo lineup was Cinco de Mayo Part 2. That's all it was. Zenith 360 said he thought that Aleem and Frank Marvin was going to be on the Juneteenth card with Charlo before it was postponed. I really don't even know who was going to be on that card. You know what I'm saying? I really don't know who was going to be on that card, to tell you the truth.
I know that it wasn't impressive.
Yeah. Yeah. That, I mean, you know, I mean, like I said, I had no idea who was on that card.
Shit, it didn't matter. We know who we was gonna get because the main event wasn't even a credible fight. When you talk about a Charlo Selecki fight in the, you know what I mean? You couldn't upstage that fight. So it wasn't gonna be a fight that was gonna be better than that one.
Right, exactly. And then just like 817 said, he said the whole card needed to be black. Exactly, bro. Because like I said, once again, on Cinco de Mayo, the whole card be Mexican fighters. When it's the weekend of the Puerto Rican Day Parade, like a couple weeks ago, what was it? The Berlanga card, they was all Puerto Rican fighters. And we got to see a lot of the good up and coming Puerto Rican fighters that was coming up. So yeah, exactly. Like 817 said, they need to put on and display all of the the black talent, and they need to put on something big. So it's like OTB, like you said, so something that we'll be able to remember every year and really look forward to every year.
Facts, but they got to give us fights that's going to give us memories to do so. And Selecki and Charlo wasn't going to give us no damn memory.
but it's like you really don't even see none of these black fighters out here pushing for that shit like that, really. You know what I'm saying? They need to be vocal about that shit. If they ain't saying nothing about it, you know what I'm saying? Really put you really only heard Wilder really pushing for it. You know what I'm saying? Saying that he wanted to do for the longest time. Wilder was really the only one pushing for it, saying that he wanted to do something in Atlanta. Other than that, you know what I'm saying? Who out here, what fighters is actually out here pushing the line to have something big go down on Juneteenth? And like you said, bro, it just can't be. I don't want to see no motherfucking Charlo versus a Selecki or some bull. We need to get big pay-per-view type shit. Big pay-per-view event. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, even if you use that date to showcase your what's next lineup, you feel me, with a Gary Antoine Russell and a Frank Martin, and you understand, right. Even if you give us these type of quality of fighters, then at least we know that we gonna see them next year, and at least you understand, you put them on that stage on that holiday to really propel their career and propel boxing at the same time.
Right. And but at the end of the day, you gotta look at it. You know what I'm saying? If the black fighters ain't coming together pushing the line, right? Because they not coming together all together pushing the line, you can't really expect the people that's in charge, like the sanctioning bodies. The sanctioning bodies, they all Hispanics. And, Mauricio Suleiman, I think the WBA, so you can't expect them to do this shit. That ain't got nothing to do with them, really. Shit. They're gonna look out for their people.
Facts.
So, these fighters really need to come together and really take a stand if they really want to get some shit done. Emmanuel Pettigrew, what's happening? Jay Grant, J Dub, Darius Gillard.
And with us not having an event on a national level, you understand? Because shit, every city or in every state had a separate celebrations. We don't have just one, you understand, celebration for that. That can be huge. That can be huge.
That could get somebody black people really gonna go and celebrate that shit, fly out and all.
Yeah, where we travel to these cities and we bring where we bring our dollar amount to these cities for a 3-4 day weekend, and you can give us 2 nights of boxing can be big.
Right. So yeah, man. But yeah, moving along. Let's talk about, and y'all hit the like button, man. Smash the like button. Damn. Let me go see what these likes looking like, because I want to get into this Artur Beterbiev fight, man. And talk about that. Let me see. Yeah, y'all got to get the likes up. Yeah, y'all smash the like button. Get the likes up. I know it's easy to forget, but I'm reminding you, get the likes up. But yeah, so Artur Beterbiev and Joe Smith. We talked about this fight last week several times. And when I broke the fight down, OTB, I told people, I said, Joe Smith is tailor-made for Artur Beterbiev. I said he's a tailor-made opponent for Artur Beterbiev. You feel me? I said that he's a fighter that's going to be right there in front of you to get hit, and he's going to try to go blow for blow. I said Joe Smith is going to try to go blow for blow, and my exact words is that Artur Beterbiev was going to put his dick in the dirt. You know what I'm saying? He's going to get his ass up out of there. Now, I didn't say how soon it was going to happen, but I was sure that Artur Beterbiev was going to knock Joe Smith the fuck out because Joe Smith, he ain't hard to find. You know what I'm saying? You got two guys coming right at each other. And in my words that I told everybody, I said, you can't outpower Artur Beterbiev. You're not going to hit harder than him. You're not going to be stronger than him because I know a lot of cats was, oh, man, I got Joe Smith. Joe Smith is strong, too. I said, okay, he could be as strong as he wants to, but he's not stronger than Artur Beterbiev, right? He can hit as hard as you think he can hit, but he can't hit harder than Artur Beterbiev. And I also told people, you know, Beterbiev got better skills than Joe Smith. But a lot of people were still picking Joe Smith Jr. to win the fight. And that's cool. But I tried to tell y'all that Joe Smith was going to get his ass knocked out. But what I was surprised by is how fast it happened. I didn't think Joe Smith was going to get his ass in there and get knocked out in 2 rounds. That I didn't think. I thought Joe Smith was, I thought he'd, probably go 5 or 6. Thought he'd go somewhere between there, 7 at the most, 7 rounds at the most. I didn't think he's going to get in there and get his ass knocked out in 2 rounds. But when we went down Joe Smith's resume, right? And I don't know if you remember when I went down Joe Smith's resume, OTB, I said, this motherfucker ain't really beat nobody. I said, if you look at his resume, I said he's been hyped up and glamorized, but the best fighter that he ever beat on his whole resume was a 50-something-year-old Bernard Hopkins. And so I said, if you look at it, he ain't really beat nobody. And I said, and you could go back to Artur Beterbiev and look at his resume, and he beat Marcus Browning. And I said, he got a hell of a W on his resume when he beat Volzdick.
Yeah. That was the
I said, and it don't get no better than him getting a win over Volzdick. So I said, so I tried to tell people, but like I said, I didn't think that Joe Smith was going to get his ass knocked out that quick. But watching the fight, what happened was soon as Artur Beterbiev landed a shot on Joe Smith went to that motherfucking drunk barroom ball white boy shit. That's just what he did. That motherfucker, all his skills went out the window. You know, when you watch them motherfucking barroom brawls with them white dudes in there, they be bloody and shit. They be getting the dog shit beat out of them. All they want to do is just come straight for it, head first, and throw the hardest shit that they can. And that's what Joe Smith did. Soon as he got touched, any boxing and anything that he had worked on his whole motherfucking career, his whole life of boxing, went out the window. All he wanted to do is throw the hardest shot that he could and hit Artur Beterbiev with it. But the problem was the shit was ugly. It was slow as fuck. I mean, come on now. I mean, I didn't see amateurs that was 10, 11 years old that he wouldn't have been able to hit with that shit that he was throwing. Like, that shit looked like somebody paused the video game, right? Went and got something to eat and came back and took that shit off pause while the punch was in midair. That's how slow Joe Smith shit was. That motherfucking whole body was on pause. Go get something to eat, come back, pick up the controller, and continue playing the game. That shit was slow as hell. I don't know how Joe Smith figured that he was going to hit anybody with that slow ass shit that he was throwing. You know what I'm saying? And we seen the results. He was leaving himself wide open, and it was like when after the first round, I said, man, ain't no way this fucking fight going 5 rounds. I said, this motherfucker finna get his ass knocked the fuck out real soon. And yeah, that's what happened. It ain't really too much to break down in that fight technically, because that's just what it was. The motherfucker threw a punch. You paused the video game. You went to go get something to eat because you was hungry. You had been sitting in front of the TV for about 5 hours with nothing to eat. You fixed the goddamn sandwich. You came back and you took the fucking you picked up the controller. You took that bitch off pause, and then you continued to play Knockout Kings. And that's just what it was. Hey, OTB, man, what you seen in that Joe Smith and Artur Beterbiev fight?
Man, you couldn't have said it better. He thought he was about to keep hitting him. He thought he was going to hit him. I call them in the club punches. Right. You think you're going to walk across the whole club and just hit this nigga with one of these one of them Jamie Foxx punches. He said he hit LL Cool J with. But I felt bad for Joe Smith, man. I really did. I felt bad for him because you could tell they ain't teaching him shit. So we done watched him for almost 3-4 years now, and he hasn't developed a jab. His feet still horrible. He don't have no head movement. And then you look at Beterbiev, who I just watched in the Marcus Brown fight, and he fought a totally different fight than what he fought in this fight. In this fight, he used his legs. I was real impressed with how good Beterbiev legs was, man. He got good feet. And it's going to be tough to beat him. I look forward to seeing what's next, man. But we all knew Joe Smith wasn't it. When they announced the fight, we knew that this was just the next fight on the step of the line. And Beterbiev showed us why. So now let's get Bivol Beterbiev. And I look forward to breaking that fight down now. I'll break that shit down. I apologize for not breaking this one down. But now y'all see why. Shit.
Yeah, man. And we're going to get more on Beterbiev because I want to talk about Beterbiev and Canelo shit in a little while, you know. So Beterbiev, man, dude been a monster from the very first time I seen him. Dude is a fucking problem. Anybody that, like I said, anybody that does the physical shit that he does, that shit's scary. My pops don't even be watching boxing like that no more. My pops called me talking about him.
Facts.
And I said, yeah, you see, dude is scary. Like I gotta give props. I tell you like this, you don't want to get locked up in a motherfucking steel cage with his ass.
I'll tell you that. And I gotta give big props to you and Knockout, man, because I wasn't a big Beterbiev fan. I thought that it was a real I didn't think that he was a boxer when I watched him in the Marcus Brown fight. A lot of his pressure really looked unorchestrated. But when you go back and you watch him and then you watch him in this fight, hell nah. He can box. He's a hell of a fighter in the pocket too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said, he's not the fastest, but he with an Olympic pedigree like he has, you got to know how to box. Like, you know what I'm saying? Go check out that man Olympic pedigree. And Cassandra Mason, the queen, is in the building, and she ain't late today. She in here. She ain't late today. Let me see. Yeah. And like Knockout said, man, Beterbiev versus Anthony Yarde is already finalized. Anthony Yarde, he talked about it, right? He said that he was rooting for Artur Beterbiev because he said that, you know, it was going to be a fight that he was going to be able to get in the UK. If he fought Joe Smith, it was going to be more difficult for him to get a fight in the UK. So he said that he was rooting for Artur Beterbiev. But the real fact is that he knew good so goddamn well that Joe Smith wasn't going to win that fight. So the right thing to say is, oh, yeah, I want Artur Beterbiev to win. No, the fuck you didn't. You was praying deep down inside that Joe Smith won that fight, but you knew he wasn't going to win that fight. Because now Anthony Yarde, we can go ahead and dig his motherfucking grave. Yeah. I don't got to do like my brother Knockout do and wait until the week of the fight and tell you who my pick is. We know what it is. Ain't no sugarcoating this shit. You know what I'm saying? Anthony Yarde could go ahead and dig his motherfucking grave. Straight up and down. Anthony Yarde might not even last as long as Joe Smith did. Anthony Yard is basically same type of fighter. You know what I'm saying? He gonna come forward. He's easy to get hit. He tried to do the shoulder roll and all that shit, but it don't work too well. You know what I'm saying? Anthony Yard gets hit a lot. Anthony Yard might get hit more than Joe Smith Jr. does.
Fact.
You know, yeah, Anthony Yard is more athletic than Joe Smith, but he pretty much know how to fight one way. You know what I'm saying? Go for it, bang, and get you the fuck up out of there.
And he's not going to counter punch.
Yeah, and he's going to be right there in front of you, just like Joe Smith Jr. was. And this shit finna be real ugly. Like I said, this shit finna be ugly like Kevin Durant and Precious had a baby. Now, matter of fact, this shit finna be ugly like Seal and Precious had a baby. Now, go pull up a motherfucking picture on your Google of Seal, and then go pull up a picture of Precious and think about them two having a baby, and that's how ugly this shit finna be for Anthony Yard.
He informed today.
That shit finna be ugly, ugly. Now, Anthony Yard, you know what I'm saying? We might as well say a prayer and get ready to dig his motherfucking grave, because I do like Anthony Yard. I like Anthony Yard. But me liking Anthony Yard ain't going to save his motherfucking life. You feel me? Me liking Anthony Yard ain't going to do nothing for him, because I got one suggestion for Anthony Yard. Back out of that motherfucking fight. Pull out, bro. It ain't enough money that they gonna pay you for you to go in there and take this motherfucking beating. For real. Anthony Yard is finna get beat like a motherfucking kid, hopping out the motherfucking shower, soaking wet, butt naked with an extension cord. If y'all know what type of pain that is, that's the pain that Anthony Yard finna feel when he get in that ring with Artur Beterbiev. And I think it's in August. I think it's in August. Hey.
Yeah, he about to get beat the fuck up.
Knockout say don't advocate ducking. No, it ain't ducking. That shit is fucking. Hey, I can understand when ducking is ducking, but this shit is, you know what I'm saying, you got to take precautions to save your life. You know what I'm saying? You got to take precautions to save your life.
And your career as well.
Your life and your career. That shit's gonna go all down the drain from the beating. All I gotta say is I hope it ends very fast. I hope this shit ends very fast and painless for Anthony Yard, because it's gonna end. I'm just hoping it ends very fast and painless.
I hope he don't get to talking shit and piss that boy off like Marcus Brown did, and he get that one. Because man,
that Marcus Brown beat down. He went in there to just beat up Marcus Brown.
Man, the more he seen the blood, the madder he got, and he just kept fucking him up. I say, yeah.
Man, hey, Knockout say his trainer Tunde is trash. Man, come on.
That's what I said, not.
And he the one that really be running that lions in the camp, lions in the camp. Hey, I'll tell you like this. If it's lions in the camp, you know what I'm saying? After that fight, we gonna think somebody called Carol Baskins and put on them fucking lions. If y'all know what I'm talking about. If it's lions in the camp, you call Artur Beterbiev Carol Baskins. Now, some of y'all might not know who the fuck I'm talking about, but if y'all, for those who know who I'm talking about, like I said, if it's lions in the camp, you call Artur Beterbiev Carol Baskins.
That make Yard a cub, shit.
Hey, for real. You call Artur Beterbiev Carol Baskins because this motherfucking ass is dead. For real. Hey, yeah. 817 know exactly who I'm talking about. If it's lions in the camp, man, break that fight down for me, OTB. Anthony Yard and Artur Beterbiev.
Shit, it's tailor-made for better beef. because Beterbiev gonna have the better head movement. He gonna have the better feet in that fight, which means that a lot of times when Anthony Yarde don't use his jab, he like to load up too. You catch him loading up, but he drop his hands a lot. And Beterbiev with them quick feet, man, he won't be there where we are. Think he'll be just like Joe Smith, just like we just seen this weekend. And that fight gonna be ugly, man. It'll be as ugly as bro telling y'all it's gonna be. Trust me.
Man, hey, she sure did, bro. John Kramer, she killed. Hell yeah, she done killed all of her husbands.
Every one of them.
Low down bitch.
That bitch a killer.
For real. And she was killing lions too.
Stone cold killer.
She a stone cold killer. And that's what's gonna happen to motherfucking Anthony Yarde, man. We all need to pray for Anthony Yarde. Pray for his safety. But yeah, man. So yeah, I mean, it's a fight. It's a fight. I can't say it's a good fight. I can't say it's a competitive fight. It's a dangerous fight. One-sided dangerous fight. So yeah.
And it's one of them fights that the more I'm gonna break it down, I'm gonna try and find ways that Anthony Yarde can win this fight. Like, yeah, I mean, and when you can't find ways that a fighter can win this fight besides a punch in the dark, a club punch, then that shit rolling stone. You could write that in the cement with your stick.
Yeah, man, that shit bad, bro. That shit bad. So let's move on, man. Y'all hit the like button. Like I said, y'all smash on the like button, and we're gonna move on. One thing I want to talk about real quick before I get on the two main topics I want to cook on is let's talk about Tyson Fury. Y'all hit the like button. You know, Tyson Fury, who gave me the news? Who gave me last live? I actually got this news, but I didn't really get to cook on it because I said, you know, I just wanted to. I had other stuff we was talking about on Friday when I got the news. I forget who gave me the news. I forget who gave me the news during the show. I think it was KQKC gave me the news. I might be wrong, but I think it was KQ. I think my OG KQ gave me the news, and he said that Tyson Fury had been denied entry into the U.S. Oh, yeah, it was Ricky Williams. Was it Ricky? Yeah, I think it was Ricky Williams. Yeah, no, my bad. It was my brother. It was Ricky Williams that gave me the news. It was Ricky Williams that gave me the news during the show. You know, and he let me know that Tyson Fury had been denied entry into the U.S. Due to his connection with my boss, Daniel Kinahan. Now, for one, the U.S. got a $5 million, right? They offering anybody $5 million that come up with any valuable information on Daniel Kinahan and his whereabouts. Like, God damn, that's $5 million. If somebody got if they offering $5 million on their head, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you got to look out for anybody you around.
You ain't lying.
Motherfuckers telling for free every day. Motherfuckers telling for a cigarette. These motherfuckers telling for a cigarette.
Talk that shit for a bologna sandwich.
For $5 million. Imagine how many motherfuckers are telling your ass for $5 million. Like I said, motherfuckers is telling for a cigarette.
A combo meal and a cigarette.
For real. That's some shit you have to heavily think about. Them motherfuckers gonna get me $5 million. Yeah, but like I said, motherfuckers telling for a cigarette every day. At $5 million. So you know that shit serious. If they offering $5 million just so you come and tell on this motherfucker. And we heard a long time ago that Tyson Fury was heavily involved with Daniel Kinahan. You know what I'm saying? He didn't got Tyson Fury fights, then paid Tyson Fury under the table, all type of shit. We don't know what type of business Tyson Fury done had going on with him. But we know, for one thing, you know what I'm saying? Tyson Fury, he involved in a lot of shit. I mean, Tyson Fury was the man that was paying people off to say that he had wild boar meat in his system. Let's not forget. So let's not act like Tyson Fury is on the up and up and he's a clean fighter and all of that. Nah, hell no. Let's not forget about the wild boar meat that he paid the old man over there in the UK off, right? We don't know how much he paid that old man in the UK to say, oh, yeah, I got the wild boar meat from you. And Tyson Fury did an interview years ago and said that, admitted that he was on steroids. Said everybody is on steroids. And they said, even you, Tyson Fury? I said everybody. Well, I let you know. You know what I'm saying? I admitted it without having to basically just come out and say it. Yeah, so Tyson Fury ain't on the up and up. Now, does that take away from the skills that he have in the ring? Nah. But the motherfucker ain't on the up and up. So I don't put nothing past Tyson Fury. You know what he got going on with Daniel Kinahan. But like I said, man, it ain't really none of my business at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Whatever Tyson Fury got going on with Daniel Kinahan, that's his business. That's their dealings. But, you know, a lot of people real interested in this and interested in the story that Tyson Fury couldn't get over in America, that they denied him a flight. So it could be a lot. If they're able to deny you a flight, they can't just do that because of an association that you have with somebody, right? Just like motherfucking OTB. OTB could be a motherfucking kingpin. And just because I'm associated with him, you know, and know him, they can't fucking deny me or pin that shit on me. So what I'm saying by saying that is, don't be surprised if they have a lot more information on Tyson Fury and his dealings with Daniel Kinahan that we don't know. That they're able to, you know, to deny him a flight to the U.S. because they got more shit that they just haven't came out with. That they not even telling Tyson Fury about, right? Because this shit's some serious things going down. It's serious. They put a $5 million bounty. They put a $5 million snitch tag on your motherfucking head. It's a whole lot going down. What you say, OTB?
I said that's definitely what it sounds like.
Yeah,
shit, so it sounds like it's more to that. You understand? And shit, I just want to know if we find out that, yeah, I mean, he was dirty and it was a way that, shit, y'all be prepared to magnify them Deontay Wilder fights and put them on the pedestal that they deserve to be on.
Yeah, right. So it's a lot more to this shit if he got denied. But see, so they already trying to cover it up though, right? They already trying to cover it up for Tyson Fury. Not only ESPN, but his other promoter, Frank Warren, is trying to cover it up. Frank Warren is trying to deny, like, oh man, I don't know nothing about that. As far as I know, that all that the whole story's false. Tyson Fury wasn't even trying to come to the U.S. So they trying to deny this shit, right? Frank Warren's trying to deny it, and then they asked him, like, when was the last time you talked to Tyson Fury? Oh, well, I haven't spoke to him. The last time I spoke to him, you know, everything was good. I think the story's a lie. So he's trying to basically cover it up. Now, if you pull up Tyson Fury's name, right, ESPN ain't said nothing about this shit. Y'all noticed that, right? ESPN have not said, in ESPN, they're trying to do a cover up because ESPN now, if you pull up ESPN, they got him linked to, you know, big fights coming back. I'm gonna pull up ESPN right now. Let's matter of fact, I could do a screen share and show y'all. Let's pull up Tyson Fury. Hold on. Now, if this is Wilder or somebody, or Errol Spence or Gervonta Davis, this shit would be all over everywhere. You couldn't, I mean, this should be everywhere. Hold on. I'm going to share this screen. Let me blow this up some so y'all can see it.
And they had 30 for 30s and all type of shit on
this should be everywhere. If this was Wilder, the Tank Davis, Devin, whatever, you know. Hold on. But Tyson Fury, ESPN ain't mentioned nothing about this shit. Hold on real quick. Let me share this screen. share. Now, let me see. Here we go. Okay, ESPN right there. Top stories. Tyson Fury has plenty of options. So what will be do? Well, they typed that wrong because so what will be do next? That don't even make sense. But
Damn,
it's supposed to say what will he do next, right? That's ESPN. All these stories right here, you pull up Tyson Fury name, none of these stories are telling you what just happened, how he was denied entry in the U.S. ESPN do a whole article on Tyson Fury, but they don't mention nothing about what's going on. They're talking about Tyson Fury and all the great options that he has next. They're talking about Tyson Fury, getting paid $500 million, maybe getting paid $500 million for his next fight. But they're not telling you nothing about the news that just happened with Tyson Fury. Now, if this was Terrence Crawford when he was with Top Rank, do you think that ESPN wouldn't have a story front line? That wouldn't be the first story that ESPN would be talking about?
It should be everywhere.
It should be everywhere.
Running across the bottom ticker, whole nine.
You know what I'm saying? This story would be everywhere, but Tyson Fury, they're doing everything they can. Even on the telecast, they was talking about Tyson Fury, right? The whole weekend on the telecast. They didn't say one thing about this. This shit crazy. But y'all see how they covering it up. 817 say because ESPN want to downplay it due to their past business dealings, letting Bob and Frank lead them and some bullshit. Hey, I don't know. Like I said, it ain't none of my business at the end of the day, but what they had going on. But I'm just saying,
I think that shit was about to get ugly. I think that shit about to get ugly, like Kevin Durant and Precious. That like right. Seal and Precious. You feel me? That shit gonna get ugly.
Right, and because it's a lot deeper than what we have any idea about. This shit a lot deeper.
And y'all talking about we talking about another black eye for boxing at the end of the day.
Right, exactly.
And we know about the last black eye when Don King raped everybody, and shit. Raped everybody for their little paper. Shit, we don't need no more black eyes in boxing, man. Right.
This shit crazy, man. But like I said, y'all hit the like button. Smash on the like button. Hit the like button. Man. So J.A. Dixon said Bob Arum already informing he might as well snitch again. Hey, man. Shit. Bob Arum don't need that $5 million. Shit, Bob Arum, he don't need that $5 million. But it's a whole lot of other cats that need that $5 million. And you better believe somebody coming to the table with something.
I ain't lying.
But so anyway, man, let's move on.
Tell everything. Shit.
Man, let's move on. Y'all hit the like button. We gonna move on from this though. I just want to put y'all up on a little game with that, But let's move on real quick. Let's go to the next topic I want to talk about is let's get back on Canelo Alvarez. Now, we see why Canelo Alvarez, like I told y'all before, we see why Canelo Alvarez, G5 Gabe, salute, what it do?
What up,
we
man?
see why Canelo Alvarez chose and he tried to cherry pick. See, a lot of people be like, oh, how you call it motherfucking Bivol a cherry pick? I'm telling y'all that he tried to cherry pick Bivol because they didn't look at Bivol and think that, oh, Bivol is dangerous, right? Because he had an option. He had an option to fight Beterbiev. Beterbiev had been calling Canelo out for a minute. Even Bob Arum had talked about putting Beterbiev against Canelo several different occasions.
Yeah, he been wanting that fight.
He been wanting that fight with Canelo, right? And so way back when I was telling you that Canelo was skipping around Artur Beterbiev and trying to basically wait till he was around 40 to have to fight him, well, we see why. We see why. Because Canelo's a smart man. Eddie Reynoso is a smart man. Right? Eddie Reynoso and Canelo Alvarez, he spared his own life. He spared his own life because if he would have got in the ring with Artur Beterbiev, yeah, he got outboxed by Bivol. He got outboxed by Bivol. You know what I'm saying? Bivol was able to go in there and show that, you know, that he was able to outbox Canelo Alvarez. Now, Beterbiev would have killed Canelo Alvarez because Canelo, he's really, you see Canelo, he don't really know how to fight off the back foot that well. You know what I'm saying? Canelo, he got to be the aggressor. He's not a fighter that could really shine off the back foot. If you put Canelo on his back foot, you already know you got him in a whole lot of trouble. Right? And what you think Artur Beterbiev was going to do? Canelo wouldn't finna shoulder roll Artur Beterbiev's power. You try to shoulder roll that shit that Artur Beterbiev is throwing and come back with your counters, he gonna break your motherfucking forearms. You feel me? So what do you think that was gonna happen? What do you think that was gonna happen if he had a guy in the ring with Artur Beterbiev? It would have been real nasty. He would have got hurt really bad. Real bad. And so, yeah, Canelo was very smart picking who he picked, even though it didn't, you know, it didn't. The outcome didn't end the way that he wanted it to end. A loss is a loss. You can bounce back from an L. You know what I'm saying? He was still healthy when he got out of the ring. He wasn't fucked up too bad. But Artur Beterbiev, if he would have gotten in the ring with him, he would have got beat the fuck up because Canelo, he just not going to. One thing I got to say about Canelo, he wouldn't get in there and fold that fast like Joe Smith did. So he would have took a beating. Canelo would have took a beating, a bad beating, before getting knocked the fuck out. And what do you think that would have did to his career? Because you can't shoulder roll the power that Artur Beterbiev is hitting your shit with, right? He gonna break your motherfucking arms and your forearms, and you're gonna be up against the ropes like we seen him against Bivol, but you up against the ropes taking punishment against Artur Beterbiev, it's gonna get real motherfucking ugly, nasty, and whatever else you want to call it.
And not just the power key, but the multiple punch combinations that Beterbiev throw. Man, he throw 4 and 5 punch combinations. You ain't shoulder rolling them type of combinations.
You're not. And like I said, when you look at the styles, Canelo's style is kind of tailor-made for Artur Beterbiev. Like I said, Canelo is a front foot dominant fighter that can't really fight off the back foot well. You know what I'm saying? His footwork is slow. He don't really move angles, and his defense come from the waist up. All his defense come from the waist up. You know what I'm saying? He's not using his legs. So that's a tailor-made opponent for Artur Beterbiev because he ain't got to do too much to find you. And like we see Canelo able to shoulder roll guys like Caleb Plant and other guys that don't have power like that. So, yeah, he was smart. So Canelo Alvarez will never be undisputed at 175 as long as Artur Beterbiev is living and able and willing to defend, because he'll never be undisputed. as long as Artur Beterbiev is willing and able and stays at 175, y'all can forget it. So with that being said, Canelo Alvarez, he might as well forget the rematch with Bivol. Forget that shit, because even if you did, right, get lucky, or even if you did come back with a whole different game plan and you was able to pull out a win over Bivol, what you do after that? What's next? Which he can't beat Bivol. But I'm just saying, what's next after that? Stay at 175. You made a smart move, right? You spared your own life staying away from Artur Beterbiev, and go ahead and stay at 168. Stay at 168 because 175, you're going to get your ass killed. But go ahead, OTB. And y'all hit the like button. Y'all smash the like.
Yeah, he definitely do, man. Like I say, man, it's the multiple punch combinations for me that let me know that Canelo did pick that fight. I mean, did pick Bivol for that reason too, because Bivol got good feet, man, and Canelo don't have such good feet, and he don't have an active jab. So you understand, he gonna be there to get hit, and like you say, shit, with a fighter with that type of power, man, you ain't about to shoulder roll no 4-punch combination, and he throwing them all to hurt your ass. I don't see that happening. So yeah, I definitely agree with you there. I don't see Canelo ever winning that fight. I don't see him ever wanting that fight. And we see why.
Nah, not at all. And T say that Canelo has a better chance at Beterbiev than Bivol. Man, no the hell he don't. How the hell you can't nobody break that down to me.
Hey,
Canelo
I thought that after I watched him fight Marcus Brown, because he fought Marcus Brown kind of reckless. You understand? But after this fight, I can't say that.
But I think, because remember before the Marcus Brown, he looked old and slow because remember he was coming off of COVID, right? And they still said that he was feeling the effects of COVID. The Marcus Brown camp, he said he didn't really have that good of a camp for Marcus Brown. I don't know if it was due still trying to recover from that COVID shit or whatever it was. But you could tell that he could box. He can box and he can do more things than people give him credit for. Even if you go back to the Vosdick fight, you feel me? You remember that fight?
Yeah.
Look at everything that he showed against Vosdick.
The head movement, that was the first time I seen him slip. He was slipping shit. He looked good.
Right,
I gotta say,
so,
he can do a lot.
And to me, right now, besides Beterbiev, ain't nobody in the light heavyweight division could fuck with Vosdick. Nobody. Y'all seen what Vosdick? Man, if y'all seen what Vosdick did to my man Superman Adonis Stevenson, that shit was hard to watch. And Vosdick was a motherfucking beast, a monster himself. A monster. So yeah, ain't nobody got on their resume at 175 got anywhere near a good a victory as Artur Beterbiev do just in Vosdick alone.
Yeah, definitely got to say Beterbiev certified, man. He certified himself.
T say, sorry, Canelo and Beterbiev are come forward fighters. Exactly. They both come forward fighters. So who you think gonna win that motherfucking when both of them collide? Who gonna win that shit? Who gonna come out? You know what I'm saying? Who gonna come out unscathed? Like I said, that's a tailor-made opponent for Beterbiev because Canelo is a front foot dominant fighter and he's not good at fighting off his back foot. He's just not. He'll get killed in the ring with Artur Beterbiev, and he know it. His motherfucking manager know it. His coach know it. All of that.
He won't win those exchanges. And them exchanges gonna look totally different. Because you fighting a fighter with much more power. So shit, you ain't about to take them to land your shot like he do against.
Teach. The power ain't not even close. Canelo power don't even come close to that shit that Artur Beterbiev had. Not even close.
Nah, dude's strong as an ox.
Dude is strongest. Like it don't, man. Let me see if I could pull up. I'm gonna see if I could pull up a video real quick of Artur Beterbiev. And you could cook. I'm gonna try to find this video.
But yeah, man. Shit. I just don't see I don't see that. And I really look forward to seeing the Bivol Beterbiev fight, man, because I feel like Bivol might be able to keep his distance. You understand? He might be able to keep him on the end of that stick. And that could be difficult for Beterbiev to deal with, but Beterbiev got good head movement and good feet, man. So when he closes the distance, he'll figure out a way to eliminate that jab and land his shot. And I look forward to see what Bivol will have for him after that. You understand? But I don't, like you say, I don't see none of them beating him because he can do so much for such a person with that type of strength, for a fighter with that type of strength, man. It's tough to beat somebody like that. And not only that, but he understands boxing. So when he do close the distance, he has the head movement and the feet to set up the shots to get his hips behind his punch. Like, man, that's impressive. Like, dude is light on his feet. Like with that type of strength, man. Good luck. Good luck.
I'm gonna show y'all something, man. I'm gonna show y'all the type of shit that I be talking about with Artur Beterbiev. If you see a man doing this type of shit, you better get the fuck away as far as you can. You better do like Drigo Bay did when 817 called his ass out. Disappear quick.
You ain't lying.
You better disappear quick. If you see a man doing some shit like this, hold on. You better pull a Drigo Bay and get the fuck gone real quick. I'm sorry, Drigo. I had to, man.
Had to, Drake.
I had to, Drake, man. I had. My bad, Drake. I had to. Hold on. Hey, hold on. Come on. Ain't no man watching this. Ain't no man that's gonna watch this can do that shit. Let me go back to that. Look at this shit.
Yeah, that's some
Look at
sick
this
shit.
Come on, man.
Yeah, dude, sick.
What type of sick shit is this?
Dude, sick.
Look at that.
Yeah, you got.
Now, anybody debating me that
Cut
Canelo
your camera
go power for power with him, it ain't. Canelo will die in the ring. Canelo will die. He will die trying to fuck with him. And you heard, and I don't know if y'all heard Timothy Bradley. Timothy Bradley said, man, I looked at that man's fist. He says, I looked at that man's fist, and he says, I don't know how he got his fist in the glove. He said, I don't know how he got his fist in the glove. He said, I don't know how he got his fist in the glove. He says that man's fist was so big. He said he looked at his fist and his fist was scary. You see a motherfucker doing that shit in the gym. Like I said, you don't want to get into it with him. You don't want to get into it with him.
And
you know what I'm saying?
I'm like that about his feet. When you watch how light he is on his feet, man, I was marveled, like, damn, that's tough. When a motherfucker can pivot like that with that type of power, and he that light on his feet, boy, that's tough. That's like a fat person that can dribble. Shit.
Hey, J.A. Dixon, bro, I just read your comment. Hey, J.A. Dixon, log off the internet. J.A. Dixon, nigga, delete your account, bro. I can't fuck with you today, bro. Hey, J.A. Dixon, delete your whole YouTube account. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Damn, I'm crazy. Nigga, J.A. Dixon, the goddamn fool.
Retarded.
Hey, this dude retarded as hell, man. Man, bro. Hey, like I said, man, you see somebody doing some shit like that, That's scary though. Like that's some scary shit. You know what I'm saying? Hey, there coach said y'all ain't shit.
Man, real shit.
Holmes Enterprise said he got yard beating Beterbiev. Man, you didn't lost your motherfucking mind, bro.
You crazy.
Bro, you didn't lost your goddamn mind. Somebody gave you a concussion for real. Motherfucking goddamn Anthony Yard will die in the ring fucking with him.
You ain't lying, boy, because he can't counter punch at all, and he don't have no head movement neither.
Hey, they J.A. Dixon need to delete his whole YouTube account for a whole month for that. Oh, shit. Yeah, y'all crazy as hell.
Retarded.
Holmes Enterprise said all day. Bro, you tripping, man. Hey, like I said, everybody got an opinion, but bro, you tripping with that one, Holmes. You tripping with that shit. But man, yeah. So, you know, Canelo at the end of the day, man, I think that Canelo, right? And Eddie Reynoso, they made the smartest decision that they could have. They made the smartest decision that they could have. It didn't turn out well, but it could have turned out way, way worse if they had went up there fucking with Beterbiev. And imagine how serious Beterbiev would have took a Canelo fight. Imagine how serious he would have took that fight. You know. But anyway, man, y'all hit the like button. Y'all smash on the like. And let's talk about Keith Thurman. Where is Waldo looking ass Keith Thurman? Where is Keith Thurman? Where the fuck is Keith Thurman at?
In the dirt.
Anybody? Somebody. Has somebody seen Keith Thurman? Nobody? Anybody
but a dead body.
Yeah. Where is Keith Thurman? Where's Keith Thurman? Keith Thurman talked all of that shit. Talking about I'm really getting back. I want all the smoke with the top guys. I don't want no warm-ups after this fight. I want all the smoke. I want Crawford. I want him. I want Errol Spence. What's up, Errol? Don't duck me, son. What's up, Crawford? Where's Keith Thurman? This motherfucker then disappeared off of Earth. Keith Thurman is over there in Bombay, India somewhere. Motherfucking flying on the... Nah, I ain't gonna say that shit. Hey, where's Keith Thurman? Like, shit. They'll find Daniel Kinahan faster than they find Keith Thurman. Is Keith Thurman's career over? Because at this point in time, it's like, right? Keith Thurman, he fought in February, March, April, May, June. We in June, right? 4 months ago, Keith Thurman fought. Over 4 months ago, he fought. We haven't heard not one thing about Keith Thurman. Well, Terrell Barnes, I know what you're talking about, that Keith Thurman suspended. Keith Thurman ain't really suspended. They just put that shit up on BoxRec all the time. Anytime somebody got a fight on BoxRec, they say he just suspended, right? They always do that shit on BoxRec.
Everybody's suspended.
Everybody is suspended on BoxRec. So you can't go off because BoxRec say that he's suspended. Keith Thurman ain't suspended.
Damn sure ain't.
He's not suspended. So I heard that news, but Keith Thurman ain't suspended. You know what I'm saying? BoxRec does that shit to everybody, to most people. You know what I'm saying? They just need to update better. But why would you update Keith Thurman shit better if you don't even know what the fuck going on with Keith Thurman? Like, to me, bro, Keith Thurman he pretty much done, because you got to think about it, right? We already in June. You don't have no talks about Keith Thurman next opponent. He don't have a fight in works. Nothing at all. Nothing going on with Keith. Errol Spence just fought in April, and we already pretty much know what he finna do. You know what I'm saying? We don't know nothing about Keith Thurman. All the heavy hitters in the welterweight division, they either just fought or we already know what they got going on next, pretty much. No news on Keith Thurman. And Keith Thurman was the last fighter that was, you know what I'm saying? Keith Thurman was the last fighter that could afford to be moving like this. We should have already been knowing what Keith Thurman was doing next. Fight date and all. We ain't got nothing on Keith Thurman. With that being said, bro, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see Keith Thurman for the rest of the year.
We been knew what Keith Thurman was gonna do, bro. I told y'all, Keith Thurman, smoke screen Keith. No smoke university Keith. Whole career sham, man. He played his talent. He played the sport of boxing and shit. All the fights that we wanted to see Keith fight, he gonna end his career not fighting nan goddamn one of them. Mark my words. Nan one of them. Shit, when you fought Sean Porter, we wanted to see Errol Spence. Shit, every big fight you had, when you fought Danny Garcia, we wanted to see you fight Adrian Broner. That's why he got the Pacquiao fight and you did, and you got it later. Okay, you fought Pacquiao, lost. We supposed to give you a cookie for your best for losing? Played the sport of boxing. Played it. And now Boots on that ass. Boots say, shit, I knock his ass out. I ain't tripping. Let's get it. He ain't nowhere to be found. No smoke university Keith. So when you say Keith, we should have known what he was going to do. Shit, we did know. We seen this story with Errol Spence. What's next? Boots got to go and chase him down for him to say he ain't going to fight Boots. It end up finally fighting Broner. Man, this shit crazy. Man, get him out of boxing, period.
Now we see that Keith Thurman was looking for a cash-out fight. That's what he was doing. When he kept calling out Errol Spence and Crawford, we see he was looking for a big money cash-out fight because you ain't heard nothing from Keith Thurman. Nothing at all. You ain't seen him at no event. You ain't heard nothing from him. And so with that being said, bro, I hate to say it, but and I don't like to get into these guys' personal business, but the worst thing that could have ever happened to Keith Thurman's career is when he got married. He got married to somebody that obviously don't like what he do for a profession. You know what I'm saying? That's the worst shit that he could have ever got done, that he could have ever done in his career. Because Keith Thurman before that was a monster. Keith Thurman after that is basically non-existent. I think that's the worst thing that could have ever happened for his career. That shit was that was the start and it looking like the end of his downfall. What y'all think about that? What you think about that, OTB?
I question if he loved the sport of boxing. And you could be right, bro, because you know how much the influences around you have an effect on your mentality when it comes to the sport of boxing. Boxing, 80% mental. You understand? So I wouldn't be inclined to disagree with you as far as that was concerned. He and like you say, he was a monster. And it's ironic that I ain't never thought about the fact that the change in his mental was, as far as how he approached his career, was simultaneous with his marriage. So you understand, I wouldn't be inclined to disagree with that. But when you love this sport and this what you love, then you understand a person got to love it too to love you. You understand? Like shit. If you ain't love it, you ain't gotta love it. You gotta like it. You understand? You gotta support me within it. So I don't know, man. That's an interesting take, bro. You know, it's a couple different spins off of that. I just question if he loved the sport of boxing, because you understand, at this point in his career, we can't say there's nothing that Keith Thurman do great. Like not great timing, not great feet, not great jab, ain't nothing he do great. You do a lot of things good inside the ring. So you understand, you didn't perfect the things that you did good, and you became intent. with the talent that you possess and the people that you could beat with it.
Man, I hate this for Keith Thurman because, like I said, man, a lot of people hate Keith Thurman. I ain't never hated Keith Thurman. You know, Keith Thurman brought something to the sport that we need in the sport of boxing. You know what I'm saying? He was, he could sell a fight. He could talk his ass off. He very smart, you know, breaking down fights, all of that. And he could fight. He can fight his ass off in the ring. You know what I'm saying? Got power, got great boxing ability. Like, to me, this is my opinion. Keith Thurman can do a lot of things in the ring, and he's subject on Keith Thurman, the best of Keith Thurman. He's subject to beat any of them dudes. Now, am I saying would I favor him? The best of Keith Thurman, would I favor him over Errol Spence or Terrence Crawford? I'm not saying that, but I'm saying he's good enough, right? To have a 50-50 type fight with any of them guys. You got to think Keith Thurman was doing bigger things in the welterweight division before Errol Spence, before Terrence Crawford, before any of them dudes. It was Keith Thurman that was beating Sean Porter. Go back and look at Keith Thurman. You know, he beat Sean Porter clearly. It was Keith Thurman that beat Danny Garcia. You know, very clear.
Yeah.
Like, that shit wasn't even really that close to me. You know what I'm saying? Outbanged Danny Garcia in the early rounds, and then came in the second part of the fight, in second half, and then outboxed him and showed different aspects to his game. That was Keith Thurman that did all of that. But now it's like, ever since he got married, if you go and pull up the timeline, that's when everything changed for Keith. And you see the same thing happen now. Keith Thurman, where is he? Where is Keith Thurman at? We don't know. Ain't nowhere to be found. You know, he not putting no videos up. You go to his Instagram, he ain't putting no videos of him training. So usually when Keith Thurman, it don't matter if he at LA Fitness, when he training and getting shape, Keith Thurman finna post something. He gonna let you know. Just like Adrian Broner. That's how when you know Adrian Broner, he gonna post it.
Yep, Andy Ruiz.
Yeah. Andy Ruiz, another one. You know when they getting in shape because they gonna post it. They gonna let you know. But Keith Thurman, we haven't seen none of that. Blue Blood Sports, what's happening with it? Blue.
Salute, Blue.
Blue might know. Blue, have you heard anything about Keith Thurman staying in shape right now as we speak? Blue? Because, man, it's crazy. It's crazy to me to be at the top, because he is one of the top welterweights, to be at the top, but you just kind of wasting all your talent. And I know a lot of people have been talking about Terrence Crawford in the Hall of Fame and Hall of Fame this. So I got a question. If Keith Thurman retires, because we got to remember, Keith Thurman is the one that beat, the second one that beat Sean Porter. And I think that Keith Thurman, I think that the two fighters that got Sean Porter at his absolute best, in my opinion, is Keith Thurman first, and then Errol Spence. Those were the best two Sean Porters, and Sean Porter said it out of his own mouth, that you ever seen. Is those two Sean Porters, the one that fought Keith Thurman and the one that fought Errol Spence. And Keith Thurman was able to beat Sean Porter at Sean Porter's absolute best. He was able to beat Danny Garcia at Danny Garcia's best. Right? So that shit count for something. But with that being said, all these layoffs, these long ass three-year layoffs, one fight in 4 years and all of that. Okay. With all that being said, is Keith Thurman a Hall of Fame fighter if he retired today?
No. You know I'm gonna say no.
You think you say no?
I say no. Yeah, he unified, but one of those was like an interim title, I believe, in the beginning. And the bigger fight, all of the fights that we wanted to see him fight, he never fought. If he retired today, you didn't fight Broner, you didn't fight Spence, you didn't fight Crawford. You fought Pacquiao at 40. And yes, we'll give you the respect for the title fight with Sean Porter. We'll give you the respect for Danny Garcia, but let's also take in the inclination that Danny Garcia didn't win any of his big fights at 147 either.
Yeah, you're right.
So we'll magnify his career at 140. Then when you look at Sean Porter, who had already lost to a Kell Brook previous to that fight, how much will we magnify these 2 wins? Which is Keith Thurman's biggest 2 wins of his career? No, you don't get no gold gloves. Keep your red ones.
Man, that's a tough subject because, like my man Dominic said, he said if Sean Porter's a Hall of Famer, Keith Thurman is as well.
Sean Porter gonna get in because Sean Porter fought the upper echelon of his weight division. He won't get in because he beat him. He'll get in because he fought them all. He fought Broner. He fought Spence. He fought Crawford. Shit, he fought them all. Fought Brook. When ain't nobody want to see Brook for real. Shit,
but
let's
you
be
can
real.
Make the argument that Sean Porter lost to them all too.
Exactly. So, like I said, he won't get in because he beat them all. He'll get in because he fought them all, which will be a rarity in boxing.
But you got to go to Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman, he fought Sean Porter, beat him. He fought Danny Garcia, beat him. And these is Danny Garcia and Sean Porter at their absolute best. He fought Manny Pacquiao and lost, right? But it was a very close fight. So that's his 3 biggest fights. Joe Jack say the Ugas win helps Porter's case. That's kind of a toss-up because if I beat you and you in the Hall of Fame and I beat you, well, I gotta be in the Hall of Fame. I beat you.
I don't know about that.
I beat you though.
That just means that you was better than me on that night.
But I mean,
but when you look at the willingness within my career, I was more willing to fight the best fighters.
Well,
so
if you go to Sean Porter, right? If you arguably his biggest win is over Danny Garcia, right?
Right.
Yeah. So Sean Porter's biggest win. Now we know that Sean Porter was in some fights, right? He was in them. All of them. He was in all of them, right? But his biggest win was Danny Garcia. And if you go back to the Danny Garcia
Sean
and Sean
Porter also
fight,
got a Broner win too.
But come on, man. How did that shit age? I know you're a sister. I know you from the Natty. I know you from the Nat. But come on, we got to keep it 100. How did that fight age? Broner ain't it. Broner ain't it. That just come on. We can't put Broner in there. But like I said, a smaller guy, and Broner didn't even have no business fighting at 147 pounds. But like I said, if you look at Sean Porter, his biggest win is Danny Garcia. Now, if you look at the Danny Garcia fight when he fought Sean Porter, Danny Garcia had a lot more success against Sean Porter than he did against Keith Thurman. Danny Garcia hit Porter with some shit in that fight. And that fight, to me, was a lot closer than the Thurman fight. Because Thurman kind of won that fight against Danny Garcia pretty easy to me. Even though a lot of people was complaining, saying he was running because he was on his back foot outboxing, he still won that fight comfortably to me. And the Sean Porter fight and Danny Garcia was a dog fight. So it's a toss-up when you start looking at it. But I think Keith Thurman, he leave a sour taste in a lot of people's mouth because of the long layoffs. The long layoffs. You didn't really have to worry about that with I think Sean Porter get more respect, not even so more that he fought everybody, right? That's one of the reasons, but it's because you ain't have to go 3 years without seeing Sean Porter fight. And then another 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't have those long layoffs with Sean Porter. He pretty much stayed active, you know what I'm saying, and stayed in the paint his whole career. And Keith Thurman, Not so much. Keith Thurman's whole career been full of long ass layoffs, and I think that's why now when you look at that, you like, damn, you forget what Keith Thurman did. It's been so long since Keith Thurman was in the mix of shit like that. Keith Thurman for the past 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. For the past 5 years, Keith Thurman been like, let me see who can I compare it to? Been like, I don't know who I can compare it to. Been like, let's see, like, let me see, like a Brock Lesnar or somebody. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that just show up once every couple years and shit when WrestleMania pop off. Like Rock. He been like the Rock. Motherfucker, like you don't never see him, and then once every few years and shit, when a big event pop off, then you might see him. So people don't even look at Keith Thurman as being an active fighter like that. And that's what really hurt his career. You don't never see him. It motherfucker pop up and then gone for another 2-3 years.
And he okay with that. That's why I told you I questioned if he loved the sport of boxing, bro. Like, man, I wonder if he just an opportunist. Maybe he just was talented at it. You know what I mean? Everybody don't love this shit. I like Jamal Charlo. Shit, we looking at a fighter who, you know what I mean, showing us maybe they just don't love this shit. Everybody ain't got that dog in him, but
yeah, you could tell he don't, because I think that he loved the build up, right? He loved getting in the ring when it's fight night, because you know of all the fans, and I think he thrives off of that. But I don't think that he loved the preparation leading up to the big fights, right? I think that he is lazy. I think that he don't like training like that. Like, he hates to train, he hates to run it, he hates the everything that, you know, makes you great on fight night. I don't think that he likes doing none of that. And you could tell. With the long layoffs over and over again. He's one of them that if he don't have a fight coming up, you're never gonna see him in the gym. You could tell with Keith. You could just look at him and tell if he don't have a fight coming up, you're not gonna see him get in the gym. He's not one of those guys that's gonna get up and go to the gym and just work out, or go work on his boxing skills with nothing coming up.
He definitely ain't no gym rat. And you can see it in his fight style.
Lee Stevenson said if you follow his gram, he in the gym currently. Well, I'm gonna pull it up. You know what I'm saying? If he on there, like I said, I haven't seen anything on him, but hey, I'll pull it up. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Let me see.
Yeah, because there's a lot of fighters on my Instagram.
I haven't seen Keith.
I ain't seen Keith.
Keith ain't in no gram. I mean, Keith ain't in no gym, bro. I was like, damn, Keith ain't in no gym. The last thing that Keith Thurman posted, bro, was it was PBC podcast. He did an interview with PBC podcast, and that was months ago. That was the last thing he did. It was an interview with PBC podcast months ago. Yeah, Keith Thurman ain't in no gym. He ain't posted nothing about being in the gym.
You friends with the wrong Keith Thurman, bro.
His post before that, Keith Thurman, he posted, you know, he was in his house watching the Errol Spence and Ugas fight. Talking about, you know, the Errol Spence and Ugas fight in his house. He had a TV in his living room watching it. Or a hotel or whatever, or wherever he was. Keith Thurman ain't posted nothing about being in no gym since before he fought his last fight. Since before he fought his last fight, Keith Thurman ain't posted nothing about being in the gym, Lee Drake. So yeah. I wasn't wrong on that one. I know I don't miss. Like I said, I follow Keith Thurman. I don't miss that. I wouldn't have missed that shit. S-Rep says James Toney was like that. That's why he went to heavyweight. Yeah, James Toney, Like I said, James Toney be running his mouth, talking about, oh man, Errol Spence, he don't last 6 rounds. Well, let's talk about James Toney, because your ass was fat and out of shape all the time, and you never liked to train. Like, now, James Toney was a great fighter. Don't get me wrong. Hell of a fighter. Probably could have been one of the top 5 best to ever box. Ever. Because he had that type of skill, but he just didn't like to train. He didn't like to stay in shape. James Toney didn't have no business at heavyweight. And we seen what happened when he moved up to heavyweight. He was getting popped with steroids because he knew he didn't have no business at heavyweight.
Facts. And that's a good example. Everybody don't, everybody don't love that shit. You got to love that shit to train for 3-4 months. A lot go in training.
Yeah, you just got to be, you know what I'm saying? He don't got that drive. A lot of people don't like working out like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Especially like, what he got to do to get in shape for a fight, in fight shape. That's a whole different type of, training. And maybe he just got burnt out. He been doing it since he was a kid. Been doing it since a kid. Maybe he burnt out. What you think, OTB? You think he just got burnt out?
Yeah, that could be too. Yeah, because a lot of these fighters who do fight from 5, a lot of y'all forget, boy, when you done fought 200-300 amateur fights, you understand, and then you turn pro and you fight another, it's a totally different pedigree of training for your fights. And everybody's career can't take that. Once again, Keith Thurman, we done watched him for over 10 years as well. Regardless of the layoffs, you understand, it's still time in boxing. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see him get burned out. I wouldn't be surprised to say that he burned out on it, but I'm always lean on, you don't get burned out when you love the sport. Yeah, you have an itch to get back in the gym. You can't wait to get back in there and work like shit, because you've been doing this for so long. This is what you've been doing your whole life. So I don't know, man. When you love this shit, it's hard to get burned out on it.
Yeah, Lee Drake, man, Thurman did look great his last fight. Before his last fight, he looked great, looked ripped up, shredded, looked in better physical condition than we probably ever had seen Keith Thurman look, right? As far as the muscle mass he put on and how ripped he was. But one thing that we knew leading up to him getting in that type of shape, we knew he was getting in that type of shape because he was showing us on Instagram. He was on Instagram showing us how he was working. He was on YouTube showing the work that he was putting in. So we knew he was putting in work because he was showing it. And that was my whole point of now you haven't heard nothing from Keith Thurman. We ain't seen no videos with Keith Thurman in LA Fitness. We ain't seen no videos with Keith Thurman in the gym working. We saw all of that leading up to his last fight. Keith Thurman is a very, very vocal fighter. Very vocal. So that's a part of Keith Thurman's whole persona. Talking that shit. Showing you what the work he putting in. Right? We ain't seen none of that. And we don't have a fight date for Keith. We don't have an opponent for Keith. We don't even have that Keith is in talks with nobody. The only thing we heard about Keith Thurman, right, circulating in boxing news is that Keith Thurman don't want no parts of Jerron Boots Ennis. And you asked Rashidi Ellis, Keith Thurman turned down the fight with Rashidi Ellis. That's all. The only thing we hear about Keith Thurman. We don't know nothing else. That's it. And we know that he looked like he taking another Keith Thurman layoff. So if we don't hear nothing about Keith, we in June already. If we don't hear nothing about Keith Thurman by, I'll say, the second week of July, if you're a big Keith Thurman fan, and like I said, I'm a fan of Keith Thurman. If you're a big Keith Thurman fan, you might as well forget it. You call that shit, you might as well forget it.
And man, can you imagine, like, man, that's a hell of a Hall of Fame speech, boy. And I love to hear one time's Hall of Fame speech.
Oh, wow.
He gonna talk some shit.
Right.
Like, yeah, I mean, but yeah, you could chop it up, man. I think we could pretty much chop it up for him. Real shit. I don't think he make it back.
If you don't hear nothing from him by mid-July, we could just you could wrap that shit up. And I know Lee Dre saying that, well, we won't hear nothing from Keith to Crawford and Spence. I don't think Keith really got anything to do with Crawford and Spence, because you know for a fact that Keith Thurman ain't fighting either one of them, right? Crawford made it clear that he ain't fighting Keith Thurman, right? You know that Keith Thurman don't have nothing to do with that. So Keith Thurman, next opponent, ain't gonna be on the level of a Crawford and Spence at all. Not even close. He ain't fighting Jerome Boots Ennis. He's not fighting Vargas. Who? What Vargas you talking about? He's not fighting Jerome Boots Ennis. That ain't happening. Keith Thurman already told y'all that he's not fighting Jerome Boots Ennis. Don't get in here being in denial like motherfucking Gervonta Davis diehard fans when you tell them that Tank is re-signed with Floyd Mayweather and they got a million excuses and shit and a million theories that
I'm waiting to see the contract.
Yeah, we need to see him step in the ring, and the ring got to say Mayweather Promotions. Well, what about Leonard Ellaby didn't fucking promoted him, told y'all it's under TMT. No, we got to see it in the ring. We got to see the print in the ring when he step in the ring on fight night.
Man, don't do that, man.
hey, but man, it just ain't looking good for Keith. Like I said, you know, I mean, Keith is excited, man. He bring excitement to the sport, but he pretty much done. If we don't hear nothing about Keith, bro, he said y'all calling him burnt out. No, I'm saying that in his head he might be burnt out because it don't look like he doing what he got to do.
Yeah, it don't look like he loves this shit.
Like Keith Thurman should right now, he should already be in fighting shape. He should already been calling cats out, right? Keith Thurman should be everywhere already right now. With the shit that Keith Thurman was talking, with what Keith Thurman said he was going to do, right? After the Barrios fight, and how he said he was going to be moving from now on, right? We ain't heard none of that. We ain't seen none of that. So all of that shit was just bullshit. All of it was bullshit. And it looked like that he was just talking all that shit to build his last fight up because he had to sell some pay-per-views. After that little funky ass fight with Mario Barrios, what we heard from Keith Thurman since then? Nothing.
And you ain't gonna hear nothing. Because we always see this out of Keith Thurman. We seen this shit before.
Right.
This is gonna be the story of his career. Who you didn't fight.
All right, man. It just, I ain't, you know, we can't, and like I said, man, we can't continue to take up for that shit. You know,
Facts. We cheat the sport of boxing when we do that shit, man. Because we allow these fighters to walk in here and just say, well, I'm only give you what I want to give you. Nah, you give the sport, you leave all that shit in the ring. And then we can love you for it.
He's not, man. He's not. He's just not. Like I said, he got 1 foot in and 1 foot out. He got 1 foot in and 1 foot out. And you know what happened? That's why he lost the Manny Pacquiao fight, because he had 1 foot in and 1 foot out. You know what happened? What else happened? That's why he came back, right? And beat Mario Barrios for 12 rounds, but that's why he couldn't get Mario Barrios up out of there, because he had 1 foot in the sport and 1 foot out. And you know how we know? It's because he fought Manny Pacquiao and then took another almost 3-year layoff.
2 year, 3-year layoff.
Almost 3 years. You feel me? If it wasn't for that, you think that Mario Barrios would have been able to last 12 rounds with Keith Thurman? Man, hell no. But what can you expect when you take 2.5, 3 years off, fight Manny Pacquiao, take another 2.5, 3 years off and get in the ring? You can't, bro. You can't be great doing shit like that. And with that being said, what is Keith Thurman? 35?
Facts.
Is it Keith Thurman about 35 now?
Yep.
We can wrap it up. Like I said before, right? After Keith Thurman's and then that's it for Keith Thurman. Anybody think that Keith Thurman is going to rise to the top? He's done. That's it. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Because I said this before, after Keith Thurman's last fight. I said, you know what, y'all? I said, I want to see from Keith Thurman take a week or two off at most and be right back at it. If I see that from Keith Thurman, I said Keith Thurman has a chance to get back to the top of the welterweight division. I said, but if we see Keith Thurman and he just go back to what he had been doing after that and we don't hear nothing from him no more, I said, nah, Keith Thurman, he might as well retire. And so that's how I feel. Keith Thurman, he pretty much done. 33 years old, finna be 34. Yeah, he pretty much done. But man, what you got on that before we wrap it up? OT?
Not a lot of wear and tear either. Yeah, I mean, it ain't like we could say anybody knocked Keith Thurman out. Yeah, I mean, ain't nobody went there and just whooped his ass. So I question at what point do we ain't never get to see the best Keith Thurman, because we ain't never really get to see nobody bring it out of him. Like you say, shit, he went there, he really won both of the fights with Danny Garcia and Sean Porter without really going into those waters. Those was pretty easy fights. Ain't nobody really make Keith dig deep. So I question whether we ever seen the best Keith Thurman. And it's sad for the sport of boxing that you can be active within that sport for that long, man, and we still be able to say we ain't see the best you. Ain't nobody bring it out of you. You fought all of these big fights, but you ain't fight nobody who really made you dig deep and go there.
Yeah, you right, man. And like I said, I hate that for Keith Thurman because I think that man, he could have gave us a lot more great fights than what we saw from him. Right. And now, what are you gonna do now? Because we know that Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, they finna fight each other, they finna move on. You feel me? They finna fight each other, they finna move on. Then you got who else? Well, you got the young guns.
Yeah, now you
got the young guns. He gonna have to get in there with a Virgil Ortiz, a motherfucking Jerome Boots Ennis, to who he already said he don't really want no part of. You got Rashidi Ellis. All he got left. If he get beat by one of them, you pretty much wrap it up. What else he gonna do?
Get walked out.
He gonna get walked out of the division, bro. And he said he don't want to go up to 154. So what else he got left?
He only fought at 140.
It ain't no more Pacquiao's left in the division.
Yeah, it's over.
You got Ugas, but shit, Ugas ain't gonna never be the same because of that beating that he took from Errol Spence. And you could put that shit in the books.
And let's be real, shit, coming in, we don't want to see that shit. We don't want to see that.
Real talk. Lee Stevenson say, what if he beats one of them? That's a long shot for him to beat one of them young guns with these long ass layoffs that he taking.
And that's the thing. And he done already told us he don't want to fight Boots.
He don't want to fight Boots.
You turned down Rashidi Ellis.
Virgil Ortiz is with Golden Boy. So what's the chances of him getting a Virgil Ortiz fight? Probably slim to none.
What, you gonna try and pick a Stanionis?
A Stanionis or Butayev, right? He fight one of them. He gonna have problems with them.
You ain't lying. They gonna whoop his ass. You want to get walked out by them?
You fuck around and lose to one of them. You, like I said, might as well just go off. Tuck your head and just gone somewhere. And he put himself in that position. DJ Black Charm, man, if y'all don't fucking leave AB the fuck alone, talking about he got AB. How is we tripping? Like, ain't nobody tripping. You tripping, holding on to this Keith Thurman shit. And he ain't showing you shit. This motherfucker fought Mario Barrios, and now he went on another hiatus.
And let's be real.
Okay. Start acting like that Stanionis don't have a huge chance of beating Keith Thurman.
He damn sure do.
Like Keith Thurman, come on, man. Stanionis can beat Keith Thurman.
Damn sure can.
Am I saying that if Keith Thurman come in at his best, which we can't see Keith Thurman at his best because he's not active enough. But Keith Thurman at his best, could he beat a Stanionis? Yeah, it's possible, but that's still a tough fight anyway. That's still a tough fight regardless.
Facts.
Because Butayev can fight his ass off too. Both of them can fight.
Butayev
now, I think Keith Thurman's best bet is to get a Ben fight. A Conor Ben fight. That'll be if Keith Thurman really want to put himself back on the map, get a big fight with Conor Ben in the UK. Go over to the UK and fight Conor Ben. That'll put in, and if he beat Conor Ben in the UK, that'll put him back on the map. And Conor Ben, he really reluctant on fighting any of these big dogs, but I guarantee you he'll fight Keith Thurman in the UK. That's a big fight.
And he can win that fight.
He can win that fight. That's what I'm saying. That's a big fight. It'll put him back on the map.
But he got to come in shape because you're going to have to put Conor Ben on his back foot. And Keith Thurman can box him with the angles. Yeah, I mean, he get up in that fight. Keith Thurman can have him frustrated, but he got to bring his legs. Like you say, man, he got to bring his legs to beat Conor Ben. So your ass going to have to be in tip-top shape. And you're going to have to fight for 12 rounds.
KC3. I just told you, I just talked about Ortiz. I said it's a slim chance he can fight Ortiz because Ortiz is a Golden Boy fighter. When was the last time y'all seen Golden Boy and PBC do business together? It ain't happening. Exactly. But like I said, Conor Ben, Conor Ben is over there with Matchroom. They can make that happen. They can make that shit happen. You know what I'm saying? But Keith Thurman would have to go to the UK. But they'll pay. Man, you know how much Eddie Hearn and them will pay for Keith Thurman to go over there to the UK to fight Conor? Man, come on.
And let's be real, Conor Ben need that fight.
Yeah.
Shit, he need that fight.
They both need a fight like that. So that's a good fight that I see that could happen. Because he fuck around and fight one of them other dogs from PBC and lose to one of them, he might as well, you know what I'm saying? They're going to walk his ass out.
Clean. And then Conor Ben need that fight because he need to fight Keith before you fight anybody else here. I don't think Conor Ben beat nobody else that we talking about Keith Thurman fighting either. I don't think he beat Rashidi Ellis or Boots. So now you talk about somebody that you didn't invested that much in with a loss on their record to somebody who was kind of, who on the come up, kind of, you understand?
And like I said, Keith Thurman, that motherfucker ain't no damn dummy. He know he ain't fighting Boots. He ain't going nowhere near Boots.
And with the pedigree of Keith Thurman, Conor Ben can make it back. His career can make it back from that loss. I don't know that you make it back from a loss from one of your predecessors. You understand?
Yeah, bro, that shit ain't. I mean, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Keith Thurman to me now, it's just like when you get guys like Errol Spence and Rashidi Ellis laughing. When they get to laughing when they bring up Keith Thurman, these dudes don't even take Keith Thurman serious no more. They think he a joke. They laughing because they like, man, you asked me about Keith Thurman, this motherfucker ain't even active. He not even an active fighter. He's semi-retired. That's how he be moving. That's the word I was trying to think of earlier, and I couldn't think of it. Keith Thurman is a semi-retired fighter. You know what I'm saying? One of them motherfuckers that just come every 4 years and come out of retirement for exhibition bout and then go back into retirement. That's how Keith Thurman moved. Motherfucker, a semi-retired fighter.
But I used to tell you, bro, like, man, I can't do dude, man. He just moved too funny for me to really. Nah.
Yeah, bro. Like I said, man, I stick to my word. I told y'all exactly what I wanted to see out of Keith Thurman after his last fight. And I ain't seen none of that shit. Nothing.
Because that's what he gonna keep giving us. He gave us that shit.
He showed me what he is, bro. He showed me. I know Lee Stevenson, you know, Keith Thurman, your favorite fighter, and you holding on to it. But I'm just telling you, bro, you got to do like I did with the Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? You just got to admit to yourself, this shit is over. It ain't happening. It ain't happening.
Put that shit in the bag, Lee.
It ain't happening. You know what I'm talking about? How the fuck the Cincinnati Bengals that made it to the Super Bowl before the Cowboys have? How the Cincinnati Bengals that made it to another Super Bowl and the Cowboys still ain't touched one? That shit is over. It's over. It ain't happening. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, and our owner told us, goddamn it, he okay with 8-8. He say, shit, I don't care if we go 8-8 every year. Goddamn it. Crazy.
That shit crazy, man. But man, y'all hit the like button. If y'all ain't hit the like button yet, smash on the like button. Hey, W Right Side talking about the Cowboys going to the Super Bowl this year. Man, I know you don't believe that shit. I know you ain't no goddamn fool, W Right Side. You a smart man, and I know you too smart to believe that shit. And I'm a diehard Cowboys fan. 817 a diehard Cowboys fan. But if anybody believe that the Cowboys going anywhere near, well, you right. They is going to the Super Bowl. They throwing a Super Bowl party in their motherfucking facility and shit. And they all gonna be watching the Super Bowl. All of them. Every Cowboy is gonna be watching the Super Bowl.
Damn right.
Cause they going to the Super. They might sit in the stands and watch it. The Cowboys, they might get their whole team and go sit in the stands and watch the Super Bowl, right? That's the only way they going to it. They might go to it. Yeah, they ain't gonna play in the Super Bowl though. That's a whole different story. See,
mark my words, they gonna give up.
He said they going to it. He didn't say they was playing in it because they showing the hell ain't playing in the Super Bowl.
Hell nah, mark my words, they gonna give up, goddamn it, the most points in their division. That defense ain't shit.
Man, bro, the Cowboys is gonna be them motherfuckers gonna finna be pitiful this year. All the people they lost, all the people that the Cowboys lost on offense and defense, oh, they finna be pitiful this year. I guarantee you that if the Eagles can stay, because you always gotta stay healthy when it comes to football, right? You gotta put that in there because you know how football is with the injuries and everything, right? So if the Cowboys and Eagles stay healthy, the Eagles gonna be a lot better than the Cowboys this year, a lot better. And I hate to say that, like I'm a realist though. You know what I'm saying, bro? I'm telling you, OTB, I didn't kick many holes in the walls. I didn't punch many holes in the walls. I didn't have motherfucking days to where I turned my phone off. Don't call me. I don't want to. All of that shit I went through. And I just came to the realization I was like, man, I'm going to kill myself. Mama run my blood pressure up through the roof. You know what I'm saying? Fucking with these goddamn Cowboys. And I just had to see the light. I could be a fan, but I could be a realistic fan and know that we ain't shit. We ain't going to be shit. And that's just what it is.
It'd be like that, man. I got to say that. And the fact of the
At
matter
least we ain't
is,
the goddamn Detroit Lions.
Man, it's Jerry, man. It's Jerry ass. I'm telling you, boy. That's just the curse to Jerry Jones. That motherfucker gonna die. Y'all gonna win 4 straight Super Bowls.
Man, bro. Yeah, you right. It's Jerry Jones. And like I said, until he steps down from being a GM, we'll never win shit. And on top of that, one more thing. Dak Prescott got to be with another team because we'll never win shit with Dak Prescott. That's just what it is. As soon as I say that, W right side gonna put Dak for MVP. You didn't lost your goddamn mind. You didn't lost your motherfucking mind. W right
side fucked up, man.
Dak Prescott ain't it.
But I think that you hit the nail on the head when you said he can't be the owner and the GM. Like, yeah, I mean, you don't see a fighter being a fighter and a trainer. You have a trainer for a damn reason. Like, shit. How many coaches win a Super Bowl that call their own plays?
Right. Man, it's crazy. Like, I'm getting mad right now. Y'all can hear my whole attitude changing talking about the Cowboys. I'm already getting frustrated. In the season, preseason ain't even started yet, and I'm already getting mad thinking about their ass. Fucking up. Monica, what's happening with it, Queen? She say, who the hardest puncher in boxing currently, Artur Beterbiev or Tank Davis? I got to go with Beterbiev. Anybody that could take an Olympic barbell and do what he was doing with that barbell with his motherfucking bare hands in the wrist, yeah, ain't nobody hitting harder than you ain't hitting harder than him. Now, Tank might be more explosive with his shit because he's more athletic and his shit come through quicker, but just pure power punching and pound for pound, I have to pick Beterbiev.
Yeah, I agree.
But man, I can't wait to football season though, man. Because basketball done ended. I fucked around and man, I forgot to pay my goddamn cable service, right? Because I ain't watching no TV in a minute, right? Well, I ain't even got a house right now because my shit burnt down. Right. But you know what I'm saying? Where I stayed, I forgot to pay. I got the service on my tablet and everything, but I forgot to pay it. And man, the NBA finals come on. I go to turn my shit on, like, oh shit, man, my shit ain't paid, and it was closed, so I couldn't call them. So I missed the whole finals game. So I ain't got shit else. I don't like
you should have hit my line, man. I'd have got you together.
Man, and I don't like watching baseball like that. Like, I'll watch it if I bet on it, but I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really like, so I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying, bro? Like, I'm missing football now. Shit. I'm missing football. I'm itching now. I'm itching. Yeah, boxing right now. Boxing it's a downtown. Like now we already got all of the big fights pretty much in boxing. So this is the stretch in boxing to where we ain't really gonna have no big fights like that for a minute in boxing. We're gonna have like a dry spell in boxing for a minute.
Facts. And you're about to see a lot of.
Monica asked me who my team is. My team, the Cowboys for football. For basketball, I'm a Lakers fan, diehard Lakers. And so y'all already know how my luck been with both of them sorry motherfuckers this year. But I just like watching football. Like with football, you know, I keep that league pass, so I'm watching everybody, man. You know, the Cowboys been horrible for a long time, so shit, I like watching everybody. I got certain players that I mess with, you know.
Yeah, gotta say that. I'm a Raider fan.
Yeah, I'm just a fan of the NFL. Period. Omega Red said the USFL. One of them leagues, Money was telling me about that TO in. He said TO been getting off. A little like what is it, 8-on-8, whatever. I don't know.
Because T.O. love the sport, man. That's what we was talking about with Keith Thurman, man. When you love that shit, it's hard to walk away from it. It's hard to stay away from it. Like Keith just say, man, I got an itch right now. I need to watch some football.
Right. I know, bro. See, I wish I was in your shoes when it came to being a football fan right now, because you got the Cincinnati Bengals. Y'all just made it to the Super Bowl, bro. Didn't nobody think, and now y'all future is bright as hell. Y'all future bright.
We on eggshells. We just want everybody to stay healthy.
If y'all stay healthy,
we so nervous about preseason and training camp.
If you a Cincinnati Bengals fan, a Buffalo Bills fan, like, you know, y'all, man.
Yeah, the future is bright. Gotta say bright. Gotta say that, man. They keep everybody at home, like Buffalo, boy. If Buffalo can keep everybody, man, they got a good core.
Yeah, man. Cassandra Mason from that right there in the Cincinnati. Yeah. See, y'all, Cassandra, y'all got a bright future, but I'm looking forward to seeing y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm a fan of a lot of players. Like to see a lot of teams. I'm looking forward to seeing the Bengals. I'm looking forward to really seeing the Browns with Deshaun Jackson, with Deshaun Watson, if they let him play. You think they're gonna try to suspend him?
Yep.
You don't think he's gonna play this year?
No, I don't think he played this year.
If he don't play this year, that's gonna fuck. Like if Deshaun Watson don't get to play this year, all of the offseason moves that the Browns made, that's just gonna show you how they lucky is. They got some fucked up ass luck, and they might as well be the Detroit Lions because they ain't never seeing no Super Bowl if Deshaun Watson don't play this year. Yeah, that's just showing you that luck is not behind them. They don't have luck on their side.
See, my question is, do the Bengals see a sophomore slump? We always see rookies and teams come off of them Super Bowls. They always have a slump the next year. You know what I mean? Do they have a slump or do they stay hot? You understand? Did they get hungry by losing that Super Bowl? And Cleveland, man, shit, I don't know why you would even make that move knowing the type of problems that this kid had. And they paid him $300 million. Like, man, that just wasn't smart to me. So even if he played 8 games in the season, let's say they only give him 8 games. Now, shit, who's your starting quarterback going to be and what y'all going to go in at week 8 when you can start him?
Bro, they talking about giving him at least a year. They talking about if he don't get at least a, and I'm like, man, that shit don't make no sense to me though, because right, y'all acting like he ain't already set out a year,
and that's what I was about to say.
God damn, the man was just all he wanted was a motherfucking happy ending.
Yeah, and he should be able to protect you. Stupid man.
Hey, no, I'll just play.
Shit. You took the check. Did you cash the check?
Hey, all he did was pull the cover back and wanted a happy ending. Goddamn. Hey, man,
bet you they cashed the check. Goddamn it! I don't want to hear that shit.
He paid for the service. Get that man his happy ending.
Man, fair exchange ain't no rivalry, man.
He paid for the goddamn service. Get that man his goddamn happy ending. That's all he asked for. Shit.
What Bernie Mac saying Players Club has been since the beginning of time.
Hey, all them women seen the dick before. Shit. Y'all all seen the dick before. Stop acting like that, man. like God damn. Hey, motherfucker, it traumatized because they seen the motherfucking dick. All them women seen the dick before. Shit. Let that man pay you a little bread and move on.
And you took the money. Fuck out of here.
Now, I can understand if like he was groping women and touching them and you know what I'm saying, and like, you know, doing some rapist shit, but goddamn, everybody done seen the dick before. Shit.
Man.
Damn, man, let that man, he set out, he you know what I'm saying, he embarrassed as fuck. Everybody in the world know it. I mean, shit. Like, what Tyrese say, what more do you want from me?
Man, shit. Now, but then Arthur Kraft get caught on the same shit with happy endings. You did?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Robert Kraft was getting, his old ass was getting happy endings and shit.
You did? Well, no problems. They let him make millions the next year. Right. Don't, man, y'all better keep you out there. Shit.
God damn, man.
Now Didi do it, it's the end of the world. Darkwing Duck do it, it's the end of the world, man. This shit crazy.
Hey, no, I'm just playing, but I mean, you know, shit. I mean, that I don't really know too much from the cases, but all I know is, you know, that's pretty much what he was.
Yeah, it was about the same shit.
That's pretty much what it was, you know what I'm saying? Motherfucker, he was going in there to the massage parlors and shit, pulling the covers back, talking about some shit, y'all ain't gonna finish.
You ain't done yet. I think you missed the spot.
I mean, shit. They said no, they seen the penis and said no and moved the fuck on. Okay, god damn. I don't know, man. I'm just saying.
You see what we said. Bring him to Ohio.
If that
we got happy endings in Ohio. We got you, DW. No questions.
Hell no, bro. He wouldn't know no Kellen Winslow shit, bro. You can't put no Kellen Winslow jacket on him. Kellen Winslow was raping women. That's a whole different jacket.
Yeah, he was taking some shit. Goddamn it.
Yeah, Kevin Winslow was raping women.
This man was trying to pay for some shit.
When you do the shit that Kevin Winslow was doing, you don't need to be suspended from the NFL. You don't need to be locked up. You need to get killed and tortured to death. Fact. That's a whole different jacket. You doing some Kellen Winslow shit. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of shit to where you just need to be tortured to death.
Yeah, you need your ass beat.
You can't put that on Deshaun Jackson. We ain't not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna do that.
Yeah, he ain't took no shit. He was trying to pay for some shit.
He was trying to pay for some shit and they denied him and he had to get the fuck on.
You
know what I'm saying?
But on a broader scale, man, that shit done cost him all type of money. Damn near 2-3 years of his career. We talking about the prime years of his career as well. You understand? And they still taking more from the situation. Now, don't get me wrong. I ain't saying that, you understand, whatever the consequences may be. But shit, if we can't see it's some extra shit along with this, you understand? Then
I'm just confused. Like, okay, if you going to all these massage parlors, right? And you getting butt naked and pulling your junk out, right? And you doing it to 60 different women, right? If you so distraught about seeing the fucking dick because the man pulled his dick out, why did it take you this long to come out with the shit? That's what I ain't getting. Like, why you ain't, you know what I'm saying?
My thing, Key, is we talking about 60. You understand?
60 of them, and it took, come on, man.
60, and he kept going. You understand?
Like, they would have stopped
this motherfucker.
They didn't stop the shit at 30.
You feel me?
Like, you know what I'm saying? Okay, now, like, and then it's like, okay, now I done went to 30 different women, pulled my dick out, and the shit didn't work. You know what? I'm gonna stop.
I'm gonna go to 31. I'm gonna go to 31 too.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go to 31 and see it might work. Come on, man. Like, come on, man. You know. Hey, my man S Rep said he should have gone to the Chinese massage parlor. and then you got to think, right? Let's just keep it 100, right? You got to think, right? Really think. Deshaun Watson is a multi-millionaire football player. They know who he is, right? They know who he is. I'm gonna keep it real. Y'all get mad if you want to. They know who he is. He ain't no bad looking dude. So you think ain't none of them finna give him no pussy for free?
Facts.
Come on now.
Facts.
Let's just keep it real. Let's keep it 100. Y'all working at massage parlors. And y'all ain't finna get that man a hand job. Just he paying. So I mean, y'all, come on, man. So all of y'all was just so high shit. Come on, I ain't believing that shit, bro. Ain't nothing in the world gonna make me believe that every one of these 60 women was so distraught by Deshaun Jackson. Come on, man.
Hell nah.
If you believe that shit, you a goddamn fool. And let's bring the facts out. None of this came out until Deshaun Jackson started saying that he would never play another down for the Texans. Remember, all this shit came out all of a sudden when he refused to play for the Houston Texans.
Facts.
Y'all don't see?
Facts.
Come on now. That shit don't sound a little fishy to y'all. None of this shit came out until he said, you know what? I'm not playing another down for the Texans. I'm not playing. Trade me, or I'll just sit out. And now all of a sudden, all of these rumors came out. 60 different women. So you mean to tell me that Deshaun Watson, he can't find not out of one of them women, he can't find one of them women to give him a goddamn hand job for what he paid for? Come on, man. Come on.
Got 234 million guaranteed. God damn it. And y'all saying no.
Right, Batman. Right, 817. None of these allegations came till one, he asked to be traded, and two, he got 234 million guaranteed from the team that he was demanding to be traded from. Make it make sense. Make it make sense.
You did. And that's crazy. Like, in other words, shit, we allowing y'all to be free agents, but you ain't free now. Don't get this shit too twisted. You ain't that motherfucking free.
I'm going to just keep it real. I guarantee you right now, I could go to a massage parlor and pull out $300, and I don't got near the money that Deshaun Watson got. Pull out $300, and I'm going to get a hand job if I wanted to. So you going to tell me this man, an NFL superstar, it is that hard for him to get a motherfucking hand job at a goddamn... Come on, man. We like to run with these stories that ESPN put out trying to make a motherfucker look horrible, but we got to use common sense sometimes. We just use common sense sometimes. Come on, man.
Facts. And we just seen this situation play out with the owner of the Patriots.
Right.
Shit, his penalization wasn't 3 years out of the league. It wasn't 1 year suspension neither. Shit.
And then, right, they like, oh, well, they trying to say, oh, he tried to offer each one of the women, what was it, like $1 million or whatever to settle, right? That he tried to offer $1 million to settle, right? And they say that none of the women would take it, right? But then you turn around and now he got civil cases with all these women. Yeah, because they want more money, because they know if they win a civil case, they're going to get a lot more. They're going to get a whole lot more than money on top of that.
Hell yeah.
So come on, man. We know this shit is about money.
But he can't sue none of them for the money that he lost.
Why you never hear of a broke nigga having these allegations and shit like this towards him? And I'm talking about like massage parlors, and I ain't never heard a broke nigga get sued for pulling his dick out at a massage parlor. So you gonna tell me ain't nan broke nigga ever pulled his dick out of a massage parlor? I ain't never heard. Come on, man. We got to use common sense.
Facts.
We just got to use common sense. This shit about money. But, you know, these dudes got to learn, man, when you got money like that, you got to be very, very careful. You got to be very careful. 81, what's happening with it? 81 Hoops on. 817 says Kraft paid to have the video evidence struck from the record and paid a small fine. Right.
Told you.
But see, he's able to do that because now Deshaun Watson, he got a whole organization against him. He got a whole organization. We paid you all this money. Motherfucking nigger, you are a property. And you're going to refuse to pay. You're going to refuse to play for us. And we paying your ass. All right. We got something for you. All right. We got something for your ass. Come on, man. 60 different women. How did you get away with it? I mean, unless he went to 60 different women in a week span of time, you can't make it make sense to me how he got away with it.
60 is the problem for me.
You know what I'm saying? Bro, 60? Come on,
not 20, not 30. He kept going all the way to 60, and everybody said no.
Well, I got turned down by 30 women already. Let me try 30 more. Come on, man. Make the shit make sense.
Like this man got a mental fixation with being declined things. Right. Mind you, there's somebody who lived in a habitat for housing. Yeah, I mean, house grown up, raised all four of his sisters, just the prodigal son, and the 2-year national champion. You understand? Man,
right. And then this motherfucker rich. Like I said, he ain't a bad looking dude. And you tell me it's that hard for him to find a motherfucking happy ending at a massage parlor and he paying Come on, man. Like I said, some people don't use common sense. You just got to use common sense.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? You just got to use common sense.
I don't know how we don't see it in that
Like,
situation, boy. The NFL, they make it blatant. Now they don't give a fuck. They gonna let you know. Just
right.
like the Robert Kraft shit. We all seen that shit. And we all watching the Deshaun Watson shit. And the NFL just gonna tell us, hey, it's certain things you motherfuckers will never do in this league. I hate to tell you.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And people don't understand that. When you're a multi-billionaire, you can pull any type of strings that you want to.
Facts.
You can pull any. If I'm a come on, man. If I'm a multi-billionaire, y'all know how easy it is for me to get 60, 30 women to come out. Bro, that ain't shit. Come on, man. That's
not
easy.
Not to mention, now let's look at the context of, you know what I mean? Did they pay Jadeveon Clowney? No.
No.
Yeah, I mean, did they pay I forgot the running back name they had, man. But the story, what I'm getting to is they don't pay nobody. They didn't pay Brandon Cooks. You understand? Got his ass up out of there. They don't pay nobody. So the second that they do, he say he want to get traded. You understand? Shit, $234 million walking away.
And he demanded that shit. He demanded that he was gonna get traded and wouldn't play for him no more. All of a sudden, all right, we got your ass. That shit that's not a coincidence, bro. You know what I'm saying? If he had been a good boy, you know what I'm saying, like they wanted him to do, got on that motherfucking field, we would have never heard nothing about none of this shit. I guarantee you that.
But that's what it boiled down to. Y'all ain't paying nobody else. And it ain't like y'all didn't pay them so y'all could pay me, because we know the funds is there. We talking about every team has, goddamn it, a 500 surplus per season, and that's just to spend on players. So you had it to spend. You just didn't pay nobody that was gonna help me be good.
Right, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit, that like this shit be crazy to me. And then you got dudes like Stephen A. Smith and everybody want to, run your name through the mud. But it's like you got to look at this shit with common sense. Look at this shit with common sense sometimes. S-Rep says, shit, you can name how many women you want. As a billionaire, 304s flying to Dubai to get shit on for on for 100K. Yeah, man, you do whatever the fuck you want to. It's so many women that'll fucking break their neck to fuck with Deshaun Watson just because of who he is.
You ain't lying. Bunch of stingy ponytail lace front, goddamn it. Bring the lace fronts to the top, to the front of the stage. Hey. We got Deshaun Watson in the building.
Right, bro. Come on, man. My man 817 said, look at Baker. He ran from the law, drunk tackled by the popo on cam, and still won the Heisman and went number one. Lamar Jackson went 32nd and should have won Heisman twice. That's a fact. He said, let Lamar be on cam running from the law. See if he still get to play, more or less win the Heisman. Exactly. But we know what it is.
Forget how Baker told the other coaches
look
to
at
suck
Ben
his dick
Roethlisberger.
too.
Hold on. Ben Roethlisberger was flat out raping women.
Facts. Taking the pussy.
But we ain't heard nothing about that shit. He's still in the NFL, glorified to this day. Did he retire yet? He did. He retired, huh?
Yeah, he retired last year. This is gonna be the first season.
He just retired, but they glorified him. All of that shit, and he was flat out raping women. But that shit disappeared, though. That shit disappeared. We ain't gonna say nothing about that, though.
Facts.
But man, we get ready to get up out of here, man. Another hell of a show, man. OTB, man. Appreciate you, man. Let me get your last words before we get up out of here.
Oh man, I gotta give props to Gotta give my props to Jahai Tucker, man. He finally showed out, man. If you got a chance, go check him out, man. Last fight, he looked like he was out of shape, didn't use his jab. This fight, he really showed a lot of promise that you hear about him having within the sport. Other than that, man, get the OTB boxing class one-on-one. We're going to have a real active week. Got a lot of film I'm about to drop, man. A lot of post-recap fight films I'm about to drop. A lot of informational films. Couple bios we working on. So, yeah, we working and get there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, appreciate y'all. Everybody that came through in the chat. Another great show. Batman say, A17 say facts. Tucker and Shushu look good. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't see Jahaj. I definitely saw Shushu. He looked like a problem. But I didn't know he was 25 already, though. So yeah, that says something in itself. But great show. Hit the like button if y'all ain't hit the like button. And y'all already know how I do. We will be back tomorrow. There you go, talking that boxing again. And I'm gone, y'all.